हेलो स्टूडेंट। आज मैं एमएससी केमिस्ट्री सेकेंड ईयर सेमेस्टर फोर्थ का सिलेबस शेयर करने वाली हूँ, जो कि है एनएपी बेस और ये रिलीज़ हुआ है 16 जून 2024 में। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। फर्स्ट पेपर है प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक सिंथेसिस, जिसका कोड है CHE 401। फर्स्ट यूनिट है ऑक्सीडेशन। Select oxidation of alkyl side chain in aromatic compound using CR 4 and 6 second oxidation of aromatic ring by chromic oxidation. Oxidation of alcohol to aldehydes and ketone, chromic acid, PCC, PDC, DMSO, Swan oxidation, silver carbonate, manganese dioxide, operinure oxidation, CAN, TEMPO, and oxidation of allylic alcohol, dihydroxylation by KMNO4 and OSO4, oxidation of alcohol, oxidation of 1,2-diol, lead tetraacetate, periodates, asymmetric dihydroxylation, oxidative cleavage by ozonolysis, Limux reagent, formation of ketone by Becker process. Unit second is reduction. Selectivity in reduction, catalytic homogeneous and heterogeneous hydrogenation, Lindar's catalyst, hydrogenation of aromatic rings, metal-based reduction using lithium, sodium in liquid ammonia, sodium, magnesium, zinc and samarium. Hydrate transfer reagent, LiAlH4, NaBH4, N2H2, Lucci reagent, Diol H, red Al, complex metal hydride AlH3 BH3. Unit 3rd, retrosynthesis. Introduction, basic concepts, donor and acceptor, synthons, target molecule and synthetic equivalent, retrons, guideline for disconnection, retrosynthetic analysis, steps in planning of synthesis involving chemoselectivity and regioselectivity, functional group interconversion, one group CC and CX disconnection, one group CC disconnection in alcohol and carbonyl compound, one group CX disconnection in carbonyl compound alcohol, ether and sulfide. Two group disconnection and selectivity in organic synthesis. Two group CC disconnection, diol alter reaction, 1,3 functionalized compound, 1,5 difunctionalized compound. Two group CX disconnection in 1,1 difunctionalized, 1,2 difunctionalized, and 1,4 difunctionalized compound. Definition and importance of selectivity. Types of selectivity with example: regioselectivity, chemoselectivity, stereoselectivity, enantiomer selectivity, techniques for controlling selectivity. Unit 5th, phase transfer catalysis. Quaternary ammonium and phosphonium salt, crown ether. Method of preparation and applications in organic synthesis. Mechanism of phase transfer reaction. Ozone phase transfer catalyst, cyclodextrin. Unit 6, asymmetric synthesis. Introduction, general concepts, topicity and prochirality, substrate and product selectivity, fundamental of stereochemistry, classification, resolution, chiral pool, chiral auxiliaries, enantiomeric excess, chiral reagents and chiral catalysts, asymmetric induction, enzymatic and biocatalysis, asymmetric reaction, asymmetric aldol reaction, asymmetric hydrogenation, BINAP, dipump, binyl H, asymmetric dihydroxylation, cycloaddition, cycloaddition, डाइल्स अल्डर रिएक्शन। ये सब हो गया अपना यूनिट पेपर 1 का। अब देखते हैं पेपर 2, दैट इज स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी सेकेंड। यूनिट 1, rational microwave spectroscopy, classification of molecules according to their movements of inertia, rigid rotor model, rotational energy level of diatomic molecule, selection rule for microwave spectra, intensity, effect of substitution on microwave spectra, non-rigid rotor, spectra of symmetric top and asymmetric top type molecule, effect of isotopic substitution. Photoelectron spectroscopy. Basic principle classification of electron microscopy method. Photoelectric effect, ionization process, Koopman's theorem, PES and XPES, PES spectra of simple molecule, ESCA, chemical information form, ESCA, Erger electron spectroscopy, basic ideas. Unit 2nd, Raman spectroscopy. Classical and quantum theory of Raman effect, normal resonance and laser Raman spectroscopies, pure rotational and vibrational rotational Raman spectra, selection rule, mutual exclusion Raman spectroscopy, coherent anti-Stokes Raman spectroscopy, CARS, rotational Raman spectra, vibrational Raman spectra, polarization of light and Raman effect, application for the study of active sites of metal protein structure determination by symmetry selection rule, normal coordination analysis and applications. Unit 3rd, mass spectrometry. Mass spectrometry. Introduction, theory, ionization technique, low and high resolution mass spectrometry, molecular ion, metal stable ion and peak, fragmentation process, isotope abundance, intensity of molecular ion peak, base peak, fragment ion peak and isotope peak. Analysis of spectra, determination of molecular formula, nitrogen rule, Stevenson's rule, Detrodiol alter, rearrangement, McLafferty rearrangement, ortho effect. Fragmentation associated with functional group, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, ester, amide, alcohol, thiol, amine, ether, sulfide, and halides. Interpretation of mass spectra from fragments to molecule. Unit 4th, Massobar spectroscopy. Basic principle, Massobar effect, spectrometer, Doppler shift, isomer shift, quadruple splitting, nuclear Zeeman splitting, quadruple coupling constant, and asymmetry parameter. Bonding and structure of Fe2 plus, Fe3 plus compounds, including those for intermediate spin, SN2 plus and SN4 plus compound. Nature of ML bond, coordination number, structure and detection of oxidation state, and in equivalent MB atoms, structural problem, molecular spectroscopy of biological system, pure NQR, and Zeeman spectra of spin 1 and spin 3 by 2 system. Unit with electron spin resonance spectroscopy. Introduction, basic principles, zero field splitting and Kermer degeneracy, factors affecting the degeneracy value, hyperspin splitting, hyperfine and superfine, hyperfine and super hyperfine coupling constant, determination of degeneracy value, in instrumentation, working of instruments, sensitivity, concentration, choice of solvent, presentation of ESR spectra, Eldor and Eldor technique, the EPR of triple state, MC conal relation, application of ESR to study the free radicals, structure determination reaction, velocities, applications to inorganic free radicals such as pH4 negative, F2 negative, BH3 negative, determination of oxidation state of metals, applications of biological molecule containing Cu and Fe, structural application of transitional metal complex Mn2 plus Fe2 plus Cu2 plus and MO5 plus. Unit 6, structure elucidation by integrated spectroscopic method. Problem based on joint application of UV, IR, PMR, CMR, mass and 2D NMR spectroscopy technique. ये सब हो गया अपना पेपर सेकंड का. अब स्टार्ट करते हैं थर्ड पेपर, सेपरेशन टेक्निक. यूनिट 1 है एक्सट्रैक्शन एंड सेपरेशन मेथड, सॉल्वेंट एक्सट्रैक्शन एंड सॉलिड फेज एक्सट्रैक्शन. बेसिक concepts of solvent extraction, mechanism of extraction, liquid ion, anion and cation exchanger, synergetic extraction, solvent extraction by crown ether, cryptand, calixarin, calaxarines, solid phase extraction, solid phase micro extraction, advantages and application of SPME means solid extraction, solid phase micro extraction. Chromatography. Introduction. General classification of chromatographic method. Concepts of plates and rate theory. Efficiency, resolution, selectivity and separation capability. Broadening of chromatographic peak and Van Demeter equation. Unit 2nd, paper and thin layer chromatography. Paper chromatography. Chromatographic paper, sample preparation, sample cleanup, derivationalization, mobile phase and stationary phase, development of chromatogram, detection quantitation, thin layer chromatography, stationary phase of TLC, TLC of enantiomeric compound, sample application, mobile phase, development of chromatogram, detection and quantitation application of TLC. Unit 3rd, absorption and column chromatography. Absorption chromatography, introduction, theory, absorbent solvent procedure, difference between adsorption and gas liquid chromatography. Column chromatography, introduction, principle, experiment, details, theory of development, column efficiency, factor affecting column efficiency, application of column chromatography. Gel chromatography, introduction, principle, material, gel preparation, column packing and detector application, advantage of gel chromatography. Unit 4th, high performance liquid chromatography. HPCL theory and instrumentation, mobile phase reservoir and solvent treatment system, pumping system, sample introduction system, column detector, ultraviolet refractive index, electron capture and diode array, absorption chromatography, liquid-liquid partition technique, microbore and capillary chromatography, applications and problems. Unit 5th, gas chromatography. Gas chromatography principle of GLC and GSC, instrumentation carrier, gas supply column type, solid liquid stationary phase, column switching technique, basic and specialized detector, elemental detection, chiral separation, pyrolysis gas chromatography, high temperature technique application. Unit 6, electrophoresis. Theory of electrophoresis, paper and capillary electrophoresis, instrumentation of capillary electrophoresis, separation of amino acid by capillary zone electrophoresis, applications of capillary electrophoresis. Electrophoresis technique, continuous electrophoresis, grad, density gradient electrophoresis, micellar electrokinetic, capillary chromatography, immunoelectrophoresis, preparative electrophoresis, electrophoresis in powder, capillary electrochromatography. ये हो गया अपना पेपर थर्ड. नेक्स्ट पेपर इज natural product and medicinal chemistry. Unit first is carbohydrates. Carbohydrate types of natural occurring sugar, deoxy sugar, amino sugar, branch chain sugar, types of glycosidic linkage, configuration of monosaccharide, general method of structure determination, ring structure of monosaccharide, disaccharide, specific carbohydrates to study, maltose, lactose, sucrose, starch, cellulose, chitin and heparin. Unit second, amino acid peptide and peptides. Amino acid. Structural characteristic, acid-base properties, stereochemistry of amino acid, optical resolution, Strecker synthesis, peptides and proteins. Structure of peptides and proteins, primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, quaternary structure, reaction of polypeptide structure and determination and polypeptide in group analysis. ये यूनिट सेकंड में नाम में थोड़ी गड़बड़ हो गई. यहाँ पे होना है अमीनो एसिड पेप्टाइड्स एंड प्रोटीन्स. पेप्टाइड्स एंड पेप्टिन्स के जागे होना है पेप्टेन्स एंड प्रोटीन्स. Unit 3rd, alkaloids and steroid. Alkaloid, classification of alkaloid, nomenclature of alkaloid, occurrence of alkaloids in natural sources, general method of structure determination of specific alkaloids to study, papaverine, reserpine, biosynthesis of alkaloid, Woodward's synthesis of reserpine from benzoquinone. Steroid and hormones, occurrence of steroid and hormones, nomenclature of steroid, basic steroid skeletal, dial hydrocarbon and stereochemistry, structure determination and synthesis of cholesterol, synthesis of sex hormones from cholesterol. Unit 4th, terpenoids and enzymes. Terpenoids, classification of terpenoids, nomenclature of terpenoids, occurrence of terpenoids in natural sources, isoprene rule in terpenoid structure, general method of structure determination, specific terpenoids to study, camphor and abitic acid, biosynthesis of terpenes. Enzymes, identification of active sites, use of inhibitors, mechanism of enzyme action, orientation and steric effect. Example, ribonuclease and carboxypeptidase. Unit 5th, classes of drugs. Antibiotics, introduction to antibiotics, synthesis, modes of action, pharmacokinetics, thermodynamics data, and secondary metabolism of penicillin V and G and second, streptomycin. Antimalarial drugs, chemotherapy of malaria, synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, thermodynamic data, and secondary metabolism of aminoquinolines and pymaquines. antipyretic and anar- analgesic drug. Synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics data, and secondary metabolism of aspirin and salol. Anti-inflammatory drugs. Synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamic data, and secondary metabolism of ibuprofen and oxyphenylbutazone. Unit 6. Classes of drugs. Anti Antitubercular and antiprotic drugs. Synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics action, and secondary metabolism, ethambutol, isoniazid, anesthetic. Synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamic data, and secondary metabolism of lidocaine and thiopental. Antihistamines. Synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamic data, and secondary metabolism of 1 phenobarbital and diphenylhydramine. Sedative and hypnotics. Barbiturates, modes of action, synthesis, mode of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics data, and secondary metabolism of 1 diazepam and second is caffeine. ये हो गया अपना फोर्थ का